Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senate Agriculture Committee. Want to welcome Senator Valesky, who's here with us today, Senator Funke, Senator Comrie. Thank you for joining us. We have a couple speakers this morning. First will be David Haight. He's the Director of American Farmland Trust. David, welcome. You do a great job. One of the main issues for farmers is it's land intensive, and preserving farmland is certainly something that's of great importance to the industry. And then I'm sure everyone has noticed all the FFA jackets in the room. We're thrilled to have all the FFA members here. So before we get started, we're going to have a couple speakers. And we have a lot of FFA members from my district, so I'm going to ask those from Canton. Who's here from Canton? Can you just introduce yourself?
I'm Megan President. I am currently District 6 President, and I am from Canton.
Okay, Belleville, Henderson?
I'm Deidre Wheeler. I'm the Vice President
of the association. Okay, Carthage?
Here, I'm Josh from Carthage, and I'm the treasurer.
Okay, can you introduce the other members here?
Noah, Taylor, and Paige.
Okay.
Noah is our vice president, Taylor is our president, and Paige is secretary.
Okay, great. Do we have a couple students from South Jeff?
Yes, we do. I'm Katie Kellenbeck. I'm our current president. And then we have two other members here. We have Casey Stevens. She's one of our vice presidents. We have Emma Rogers. She's another one.
And Senator Valesky, I know you have some students here.
I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. We have from Tully, who are FFA students from Tully. How about Stockbridge Valley?
I'm Jared Jacobs. I'm the current chapter president.
I am Danny Wood, and I am a co-vice president.
I'm Jacob Axe. I'm a co-vice president for the Stockbridge Valley FFA.
I'm Serene Barno, and I'm the parliamentarian.
And from DeRuyter?
I'm Austin Wood. I'm the president. I'm the only one here.
And so we'll also hear from Sara Millspaugh, and she is the FFA president. And I would just like to say, before we get started with the speakers, I've been so impressed with the FFA members. I know you do a lot more than I remember from back in school, the leadership skills that go along with it. But also what's amazing is so many of the students do not come from traditional farming or agriculture background, and that's been pretty impressive too. So I guess we'll get started. David?
Sure. David, can I ask you to come front and center over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. You want me to dance? I'll do that too.
How about right over here on the
All
center?
right, good. Yeah, I'm trying not to stand right behind the senator. Yeah, I don't want anybody uncomfortable. Good morning. I didn't realize it was going to be standing room only. It's great to be here. So I represent the American Farmland Trust, national organization focused on protecting farmland, promoting sound farming practices, and keeping farmers on the land. Our organization was started because very little of our planet is available for farming and growing food. Less than 3% of the Earth's surface is suitable for growing food. And here in this country, we have the second greatest concentration of good soil on the planet. And yet, tragically, we have been paving it over. Here in New York, over the last 30 years, we have paved over the equivalent of 5,000 farms. It worked out to be basically we've destroyed a farm every other day for about 30 years. Now, in 2016, the year when we're right now, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of our state's Farmland Protection Program. That was a program that was originally funded by the Pataki administration with funding from the Clean Water, Clean Air Bond Act. It has now provided $140 million to pay farmers to keep their land available for farming forever. So this, and just thinking about this audience in this room, one of the most common uses of that money has been for farm families to pay for mom and dad to have a retirement fund, and then to be able to transition the farm to a new generation of their family or to somebody that's new and looking to get into agriculture. This has been a transformative investment for more than 230 families across New York State. About 60,000 acres of farmland are now permanently protected for agriculture. This is a big milestone for New York. what I will distribute to you right now is a new report that we released just 3 weeks ago called Cultivate New York. And it really describes why protecting land for farming and growing food is important to all New Yorkers. That this land is the foundation of our state's farm economy. It's also vital for every eater. I think more and more New Yorkers are thinking about where their food comes from, who's growing it, and how it's produced. And to make sure that we can grow food in the future, we need to have the land to do it. So this report describes an agenda to help protect another 1,000 farms over the next 10 years. And to do that, New York would need to continue to be a national leader. 2015, thanks to leadership from the Senate, we had the most funding ever in our state's history for our state's farmland protection program. $35 million is available in this year's budget. That is the first time that New York has ever been a national leader in protecting the land we need for farming and growing food. Basically, we need to keep that level of national leadership for the next 10 years. And if we can do that, if we can invest in the level we have been this past year, we'll protect 100,000 acres of land. Looking around this room, that amount of land would be the home for potentially 1,000 farm families forever. Think about a whole lot of new generation of people looking to get on the land. And for every eater in the room, that 100,000 acres that we could protect in the next 10 years could produce 1 million meals a year forever, right here in New York. So what we've described here in the Cultivate New York report is a really progressive agenda that we certainly are looking forward to engaging with the Senate and looking at avenues through the budget, through the legislative process to act on. I do want to note that this year the governor has proposed a $300 million environmental protection fund, which is now the primary source of funding for the state's farmland protection program. And in that, he's proposed a $5 million increase for that program. We think that's an important step forward and certainly encourage the Senate to work with the governor to continue to invest in protecting the land for a new generation to get onto the land and for every eater in New York that's thinking about their food and where it comes from. I guess the last thing I would say that this is an agenda for all of us here in New York. Our 4-word mantra is no farms, no food. So thank you. I appreciate all your attention, and I'd be happy to take any questions here now or after the meeting.
Thank you, David. I would just like to say thank you for your great work. We appreciate you coming out and sharing with us this morning.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we will have Sara Millspaugh, who is the president of FFA, and she is from Albion in Orleans County.
Orleans County, yes. So right here, what I'm going to pass around is our New York State annual report, and this just gives an overview of our program and what we did in 2015. As many of you may know, agriculture has become one of the fastest growing industries today and has evolved into many of the things we use on a daily basis. It's an age-old fact that older generations pass their knowledge and wisdom onto younger generations. Who are these older generations, you may ask? Ag teachers. Today, ag teachers are paving the pathway for students to become successful by sharing their knowledge, teaching them skills. In recent years, there has been a decreasing trend in the number of ag teachers coming out of New York State. Currently, there is only one college with credentials able to certify ag teachers. Although, starting in May, Cornell University and Ithaca College will officially be partners in working towards producing certified ag teachers. Many graduates that are aiming to become ag teachers tend to receive their degrees from out-of-state colleges, which typically means that they will not come back to New York to teach. The process for out-of-state teachers to come back to New York and teach can be difficult and deterrent. The need for ag teachers is an ever-growing problem. Within this year, over 40 school districts have showed interest in wanting to start a new problem. But the problem is finding a teacher with sufficient knowledge and skill to teach the students what they need to know. Just this year, we have had to fill 5 different teaching positions with non-certified ag teachers. However, we also did charter 2 new school districts, Spencer Van Etten and Carrier Center. The level of interest of schools wanting to start a new ag program is amazing. However, there are a few obstacles in their way: shortage of ag teachers and startup costs. Agricultural programs and teachers have a positive impact on the lives of students. This organization gives students a place from all different backgrounds to fit in and share their passion with others. National FFA recently named New York State a Star State, which means that they will be providing us with funding and support to help spark new student interest in becoming ag teachers. Whether it be by helping shape a clear college pathway for students to become certified ag teachers, or by changing the qualifications for science teachers to become dual certified. New York FFA is always making strides to promote agriculture across the state. Thank you. I'd be willing to take any questions at this time.
Thank you, Sarah. I want to maybe have the next two speakers and then we could ask you questions all at once.
Of course.
Okay, great. And next we will hear from Dadrian Wheeler from Belleville, Henderson.
Hi. Ever since I was little, I have had the love for animals and agriculture, as my parents own an agricultural business. My passion for agriculture grew as I got older. At the beginning of my freshman year, I joined FFA. This year, I had the opportunity to help out with my chapter's community agriculture fair, attend a Syracuse Crunch hockey game, and compete in my first FFA contest, People in Agriculture, which took me to the State FFA convention. Since then, I have gone to many other FFA events, such as the National Convention. During this trip, I was able to learn from keynote speakers, visit a buffalo farm and a horse farm, as well as tour the animal science facilities at Virginia Tech. Through these events, I made friends and have been able to become more knowledgeable in judging livestock, public speaking, and leadership. FFA has allowed me many opportunities that I have not otherwise been exposed to, and it has allowed me to do many things in my high school career that has impacted my life in so many ways. In the future, I plan to continue to be involved in agriculture, raising my own animals, and helping out my parents' business. I am so glad I have had the opportunity to take agriculture classes and be a member of the FFA. I encourage any student to take advantage of these opportunities. FFA has helped me become a leader in my school, developed my passion for service, and has helped me prepare for college and the workforce. Thank you.
And next we will have Katie Kellenbeck from South Jefferson. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Okay, so one question that a lot of FFA members are always hearing is, what is it you like so much about this organization, or why are you in it? Well, I have a little story to explain why. Back when I was in like 8th and 9th grade, I was a very complacent person. I felt like nothing really mattered that much to me, and I didn't really care about much. I just sort of took what life gave to me and went with it. But then my dad started to urge me to join FFA. He was a farm boy as a kid, and he was a really active member when he was young. So I got into FFA, and one of the requirements is to have an SAE project, which is your supervised agricultural experience. And with me, that was working with horses, and that completely changed me. I fell in love with it, and I'm still working with it. I went from that like complacent and admittedly pretty lazy person that I was, and to the person I am before you today. Because once I got involved in that one activity of my SAE project, which everyone has to do, it snowballed for me. And I went from doing absolutely nothing with school into getting really, really involved in everything and doing a whole bunch of new activities. I even got this opportunity to go to Washington Leadership Conference. I got the pleasure of attending our nation's capital and visiting and touring, which is something I would not have done to this point had I not gone to there. And we also participated in this community service project in which we packaged over 80,000 meals for DC's needy. One thing also that I really like about FFA is it gives me something that I can strive in. I'm really competitive as a person, but I'm not very athletic. I'm kind of a klutz, so sports aren't really my thing. But this gives me something that I can apply myself to, that I can definitely strive in. I can do activities like this, and it's something that keeps me busy, which I really enjoy. Also, I'm not really sure of what I want to do when I grow up, so this gives me a chance to sort of get my feet wet in a ton of different career fields, all of which really interest me, from the animal science to plant science to even this government awareness thing, which is pretty cool. And mechanical science as well. Also, I've really come out of my shell a lot. back in that 8th and 9th grade lazy person that I described before, I would not talk to very many people. I was really shy, and I wouldn't come out of my group of friends. I would definitely not speak like this to anyone. But because of FFA, I've really come out of my shell, and now I find myself with friends all over the nation because of this organization, and even in speaking contests and speaking before some of the most influential people in our state. I really wouldn't trade the experiences that I've had for anything. They've completely transformed me and turned me into the person I am today, and I would really like to thank all of you for your support that you are always giving us. It really means a lot to us, and it has changed people tremendously. So thank you for your time and support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to make one comment. I know that since I've been the chair of the Agriculture Committee, I've been able to meet a lot of people, but the FFA students have time and time again impressed me, and I'm just so proud of everyone that is here. And I guess just one question, could I just see a show of hands of the FFA students that have not grown up on a farm who are interested in the industry? And I think that in itself speaks for itself. In a time when farmers are aging and we're looking to get new people involved, that this program is something that is really important. And I don't know if any of my colleagues have any questions for either of the speakers.
Appreciate the opportunity to hear from all of you and be reminded once again of how important the FFA program is.
Thank you, Senator Ritchie, for the 3 impressive before impressive speakers.
Thank you.
It's very good. I appreciate all that you're doing, and you're a credit to your school, certainly, and credit to the industry, and we just want to wish you the best of luck in the future.
I want to concur with my colleagues. I think that it was very enlightening to hear from young people, especially their passion and desire. And FFA truly is a magnet to allow that to happen. And definitely at times, I'm curious, but young ladies seniors, or what, all of you seniors?
I'm a junior.
Okay. And where are you intending to go to college?
I'm actually a freshman at Cornell this year.
I think public speaking is in your will. And you?
Well, I actually plan to go to JCC to get some credits out of the way, but after that, I plan to transfer to Brockport or Lemoyne or Cornell Northfield college that suits me best.
And you're all pursuing an agricultural degree?
Yep, I'm going for agricultural sciences with a concentration in business management.
I know we have a couple of the ag teachers here who are responsible for the amazing things they're doing, so if they could just introduce themselves.
Hi, Bill Stoll, I'm ag teacher in South Jefferson.
Yeah, Jackie, teacher in Stafford Valley.
Do we have any other?
Tedra Bean, I'm the ag teacher at Belleville, Henderson.
Jennifer Phelps, the ag teacher at Carthage. Sharon Lighthall, I work for American Farmland.
Do you have anyone else? And I just...
Derek Hill, I'm the New York FFA Executive Secretary.
Did we get everyone? And I would just like to say thanks to all of you, because the students wouldn't be so impressive when they come and visit us if it wasn't for your hard work, so thank you.